Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 218. It is Thursday today, Thursday afternoon as I record this. Tomorrow is the summer solstice. We had a full moon at the beginning of the week, a summer solstice at the end of the week. There is a lot of light entering our journeys, our planet, our awareness, a lot of light. Here in Cincinnati, it's just a hot mess. I'm not quite sure what's happening, but more rain, a little bit of flooding is starting to happen, maybe a lot of flooding. The skies are sunny one minute and then pouring down rain the next minute, dark and gray and wind whipping around. So we are in a really interesting weather pattern that is unusual for us, in my opinion. It's unusual for us in June. It's not really that hot. So we just make our way through it. When it's sunny, we enjoy the sunshine, and when it's raining like Star, we kind of curl up inside and get our work done. As I say that, he's fast asleep. So he does a lot more work when he's sleeping, apparently, than when he's awake. Today, I just have this awesome, what is the word for that? Analogy, allitery, I don't know the actual literary term for it, but allegory, is it allegory? It's when you have an example of something and then you can draw a parallel example of it to something else. And so that is what I'm going to share with you today. So today, my 16-year-old son had his braces taken off, and I had 2 hours to sit in the chair across from him and these beautiful people who were helping him with that process, to analyze and think about and reflect on the journey that he has taken in 22 months. We did it in less than 2 years, which is incredible. I think it's incredible. It was so funny because last night I was with a couple of my friends and they were reflecting about their journeys with braces and how torturous it was years ago, how torturous and painful it was to get straight teeth. I have never had braces. My brother and I didn't get them, and my sister did. And I have a little bit of a crooked tooth in the front, and also it's never really bothered me. My other teeth are fine and healthy and strong. So braces, it's it's a lot of work from what I'm witnessing with my children and what I remember seeing with my friends. So as I was pondering all of this journey, the typical braces, by the way, they say I think the dentist told us it takes between 27 and 30 months or something for most people. And their goal at the place where he works is 24 months, and Ryan did it in 22. So we are ultra impressed with this orthodontist, and then also with how Ryan has navigated his journey. And as I was sitting there thinking about all of this, the thing that came forward first, which I will just bring to your awareness, and then we'll keep seeing where this takes us. In the Louise Hay book, You Can Heal Your Life, it's a brilliant, incredible, channeled, downloaded book of wisdom about the body and illness. And she connected each part of the body and each illness to an emotional origin from where that illness stemmed. And so you can review this list at the back of the book, and it tells you specifically, this leads to this, and then here's the thought pattern you can shift that will help you to realign with the flow of energy. It's a really amazing guide for me. I've talked about this, I'm sure, many times before. But what was fascinating when I was sitting in the orthodontist office is I kept thinking about teeth. So teeth in her book represent decisions. The either lack of decision making, or the frustration with your decision making, or the knowing that you have to make a decision and you can't make a decision. And so anytime there is some shift or choice, or you're at a threshold or crossroads, if that decision-making process brings strain, it will be reflected in your teeth. This is how she connects emotion and body parts and illness. And the more intense the struggle or resistance is with your decision, the more intense will be the thing that's going to manifest in your mouth. So a root canal, if you imagine a root canal connected to decision making, that's an old choice that you're rehashing, or that's a decision you've been putting off for a long time and it's festered. There's so many ways you can play with the description of it. Same thing, teeth. So teeth decisions, that's what she talks about. As I was looking at this whole process of what in the olden days would be called torture and what now we call, braces, this process of attaching metal to our teeth to shift and move them into a new place so that we can have these beautiful smiles. And healthy jaws and healthy teeth, and, it's much more than a smile, even though that is what the appearance of it is. I was thinking about the process of 2 years, and each decision that you're making is taking you to another decision. And so the first decision to change radically what your structure of your mouth looks like requires this application of metal and torture to your teeth. And the knowing that you're choosing to do something like this for 2 years, and that you're committing to taking care of yourself and committing to brushing your teeth and showing up for appointments and doing all the things you have to do to stay in healthy alignment with wearing braces and taking care of braces. That first decision is such a powerful one, because once you commit to the braces, you're paying for them and you're showing up to do them, and they're on your teeth. So that first choice puts you on this path that 2 years later brings us to the moment where Ryan was today. The braces come off. Eventually, they come off. And there's this magical flow of energy. It was so much fun to watch today. And we went through this with my daughter also, and that was a few years ago. To watch it now with Ryan again, it was so fun. As each of the layers, the metal comes off, the glue comes off, and then, they clean the teeth and they're doing all these other things. You can just see his joy increasing as he's moving towards this freedom, this process he's been in that now he steps out of, and he has this awesome smile. And just how much energy was flowing through him as he was getting to the end of walking out of the dentist office. That first decision had many decisions after that were compounding and kept him in alignment with his choice. If he hadn't worn the rubber bands, if he hadn't brushed his teeth enough, if he hadn't done all these things, it wouldn't have happened in 22 months. It would have taken longer. He could have had infection. There could have been complications. He could have given up. There's all these other things that could have happened. And instead, his commitment and follow through brought him to this moment now where he's on the other side. And there's all this, as I say that, the sun is pouring in through the window. And there's all this joy and light. So making that commitment, that decision early on, put him on a course that brought him to here. And we don't always know when we make that first decision if it will actually work, if we're actually going to get to the end of it. There were many times where I could tell he's like, I hate this. I hate these stupid braces. They would cut the metal would sometimes cut the side of his mouth, or he'd get canker sores. It's just so painful and so much work. And yet he had this belief that he would get to the other place, which is where we are today. So of course, the first thing is, the Louise Hay book about decisions. And then the second is this parallel to our journey of achieving our dreams and staying in alignment with our dreams. When we know what we want, even if it's a vague feeling. Ryan didn't know what he was going to look like without his braces. We could imagine it, but until you actually have your braces off and your teeth are straight, you don't know what you're going to look like. You don't even know if you're going to really like it. You're hoping you do. But he made this commitment to a dream, and so many of us are being invited to do exactly that. Can we commit to believing in something that perhaps seems unbelievable in the moment? And then are we willing to do whatever it takes each step of the next month, years, lifetime that's going to move us towards that thing that we believe is possible? What was so exciting today is just reconnecting with that achievement day, with that graduation day. When we got there and we sat down in our chairs, he's sitting in the dentist chair. The orthodontist, this beautiful, sweet, amazing man, walks in and he's like, "It's an exciting day." They know what a big deal it is for these teenagers who've been working so hard and doing everything they're told to do. Like, it is an exciting day. And so that excitement and joy, it just bubbles over, and it's amazing. So, yeah, there's so many parallels that we can play with and explore, as we move through this process. And I just bring all of that joy and completion energy into the space so that we can touch that when we're in the moments of making decisions and beginning our journey. Sometimes we forget the end result will actually happen, or we will achieve that thing. And so today I bring that celebration of it is going to happen, it is possible. There will be those days that will come that we will reach. And so remember that feeling, touch that. And then perhaps use that as a motivation. We're arriving at the summer solstice tomorrow. It's a powerful time of playing in the light and enjoying the shift of energies on our planet. So use this celebration feeling as motivation to make some choices, some decisions tomorrow that will really put you in alignment with what it is you most want to be doing. Super exciting. So exciting. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me in aligning with the optimal health of your mind, body, spirit in the virtual community of Viv's Energy Gym. You can learn more at mysouljourney.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.